Hey everybody, welcome back to Magic Orthodoxy. My name is David and this is a deck review. Today we're going to look at the Alice of Wonderland playing cards by Juan Solorzano. This was a deck of cards that was put out through Kickstarter. It was a Kickstarter project, and at first I didn't really know what to make of it. There were a lot of claims that were going out when the deck first started up, and it kind of got me excited and I backed it. Finally got it in my hands. It's taken a really long time to get this deck, and now after having gotten it, I don't know how excited I am about it, and I'll get back to that in a second. The deck is completely unbranded. It has Alice's picture on the front. It says Alice of Wonderland playing cards on one side, and on the other side it says a steampunk adventure. This deck was inspired by marrying the two ideas of Alice in Wonderland with steampunk. And so the back design is a picture. It's not really the back design of the cards so much as it is a top hat with the infamous steampunk glasses residing on it. This is Alice in Wonderland playing cards gold edition. There were two decks made in this Kickstarter release. It was a gold edition and a silver edition. The silver edition did just look devoid of color. It was kind of a gray scale. It was kind of a gray wash, and because of the lack of color, it wasn't the deck I was interested in. Let me tell you about some of the claims. When the deck first came out, it was said that it was going to be printed on bicycle stock. It was going to be done on aristocrat stock, is what Juan said. And throughout the Kickstarter, he ended up hearing back from Bicycle that they wouldn't actually print these cards because they were afraid of copyright. Technically, the Alice in Wonderland story and its images are way past copyright, and lots of people have used this image story and even some of the original pictures from the book without any problem. So what Juan did is he reached out to some other card manufacturers, and he found a manufacturer that was willing to print it and release it. There is no indicator on this deck at all anywhere as to who printed it. That is to say that they are not printed on bicycle stock, and even though some people have said they feel and look fine, when you hold them in your hands you can't tell the difference, and they do tend to feel a little bit more like a deck of cards that you would get maybe at a souvenir stand. The back design is a mirrored image of, again, the top hat there, the top and the bottom. There's some silhouette images there in the middle of this compass wheel, and then there's some floral designs in the corner, as well as some silhouette designs of a rabbit. With this deck of cards, you're not going to get any gaffes. One of the things that Juan said, another one of his claims, was that this deck would come with 4 jokers. He said it would come with the White Rabbit, Alice, the Cheshire Cat, and of course the Mad Hatter. Now, when the deck arrived, there were only 3 jokers. So he's got the White Rabbit there. I think he's holding some sort of a crossbow, and he's got arrows on his back. Then you have Alice, and she's holding a sword. And then you have the Cheshire Cat Joker, and he's dangling from a tree. Now, the one thing you did get is this black and white depiction of the Mad Hatter, and he put it in a deck protector plastic, and with the date 11/30/2013, and the bonus sticker that all of the backers got of Alice. I don't know if this card is supposed to be in lieu of the card you were supposed to get, or if it was just an add-on feature, but suffice it to say, the deck didn't come with any gaffes, and it came with one less promised joker. Here are your 4 aces. They're pretty interesting. They have giant pips in the center with a gold leaf decorating the outside, and the ace of spades is no different than any of the other aces. One of the things that I found interesting was this really thick, heavy gold border. It was probably done because the back design also has a gold border, and so it kind of makes hiding cards a little easier. But what the other thing it does is it pushes the pips into the gold border on the tops and bottoms. Visually, it doesn't look centered, in my opinion. The pips look too far up and down with this big white space in the middle. And so visually, as a graphics person, somebody who cares about detail, it's weird that these pips are right next to the indices on the top and bottom, and then you have this big empty space on some of your cards. Another thing I didn't like about this deck was the attention to detail that was given to the 4s in this deck. I can't for the life of me understand why this was done. The only thing I can think of was it was an oversight. The 4 of diamonds has a normal spacing. The 4 of spades has a normal spacing. But then your hearts and clubs are different. This is the only numeric in the entire deck that looks like this, with absolutely no reason for it. and it's one of the things that makes me wish I hadn't really backed this deck. The courts in this deck are interesting. They're done in the comic book kind of format, but I really can't tell if these are supposed to be specific people. I am very familiar with the story of Alice in Wonderland, and there are lots of different characters. And there are also lots of different ways to depict steampunk. None of these courts appear steampunk to me, and they certainly don't look like anybody from the Alice in Wonderland series. Hey everybody, here's a little behind the scenes of the Alice of Wonderland deck. And if you'd like to look at any of these cards a little closer, of course you can pause on them and gander at them all you'd like to your heart's content. This is the back design, and that is your Alice of Wonderland set. So that's my review for the Alice of Wonderland deck. Like I said, can't really in good conscience recommend it. It's not a deck I particularly like, but you might like it. Hey, you might like it. And you might like it if you like some of those more cartoony decks, or maybe if you like Alice in Wonderland or steampunk, although there really isn't a whole lot of steampunk to this deck. Yeah, so as always, you can like this video just so other people can find it a little quicker. You can subscribe to this channel just to stay up to date on the latest in cards and card magic. You can like us on Facebook, which is facebook.com/magicorthodoxy. You can follow us on Twitter, which is twitter.com/magicorthodoxy. Thanks. Bye.